Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about yet another problem that plagues a lot of women during pregnancy, insomnia. Hi, I'm Hession, and I'm a medical intuitive and an energy healing practitioner. And what we're looking at today is insomnia, especially during pregnancy. Insomnia is never fun, but during pregnancy it can really make things hard because your body is constructing a whole new human being, and you need your sleep more than ever. Now, unfortunately, it's very common during pregnancy. According to the American Pregnancy Association, it affects up to 78% of women at some point during their pregnancy. Insomnia can take several forms, and any or all of these can produce that inadequate or poor quality sleep, which is what insomnia really is. Sometimes it takes the form of difficulty falling asleep in the first place. Sometimes it's more about waking up several times during the night, having difficulty going back to sleep after you've woken up, or also just unrefreshing sleep that leaves you still tired. And of course, it can be a combination of any or all of those. Not surprisingly, in pregnancy, it's more common later on when the baby's bigger, creating a lot of pressure, and you have to get up and pee more often during the night. And of course, heartburn and back pain are more common as well. Many women also experience more vivid dreams during pregnancy, which is thought to be due primarily to hormonal changes. And some women find that contributes to their insomnia as well in some ways. So what are some natural and effective ways to deal with insomnia during your pregnancy and get the sleep you need? Getting some exercise every day is one of the best for overall health and for stress reduction as well. Relaxation techniques like meditation, just breathing deeply and slowly. Any relaxation techniques you may have learned in childbirth classes or that have worked well for you in the past. They don't have to be complicated. They're relaxation techniques. Paying attention to little things that promote comfort and sleep for you. This is really important. So for example, the temperature of the room can make a big difference. Personally, I like a room to be cold when I sleep, but you may need to be much warmer. So figure out what works for you on temperature. And if your spouse or partner likes it differently, tell them tough. You're the one carrying the baby, so now you get to choose. Paying attention to noise is also sometimes using a noise machine that can play white noise or relaxing music or ocean waves or raindrops. If that helps you, try that out. Really important though, make time to prepare for bed and relax ahead of time. If you're working hard or taking care of kids, which is hard work, or watching the news or on the computer or even doing social media right up until you turn out the light, that can have a terrible effect on your sleep. Computer, phone, and TV screens are not good for your sleep if you watch them right before you're ready to go to sleep. There's quite a bit of research showing that the blue light emitted from computer and TV and phone screens when watched right before bedtime can throw off your body's biological clock, and it may decrease your body's production of melatonin, which helps us to fall asleep. And that's in addition to the fact that whatever you're watching or engaging with on that screen, whether it's the news, which is the last thing you should be watching before bedtime, or Facebook, or that Excel doc you've been working on, they're stimulating your brain at a time when you really want to be starting to calm down, relax, and letting go of the day. These are all important, and they should help, at least to some degree, and at least some nights. But let's be real, sometimes when you're pregnant, even simple things are much harder. Everybody can put down the screen sooner. Even if it seems hard, you know you can do it. But some women are dealing with intense nausea and vomiting, as well as the insomnia, sometimes even well past the first trimester. And I find that the insomnia and the nausea kind of feed off each other, each one making the other one worse. For some women, either nausea or some other condition make it almost impossible to exercise. So that one's out. You combine that with acid reflux and heartburn, another common problem during pregnancy, and getting a good night's sleep gets even harder. So you may want to watch my videos on what causes morning sickness and natural morning sickness relief, as well as what causes heartburn during pregnancy, to get into more detail about both of those. So what if you are dealing with bad insomnia during pregnancy and none of the suggestions above or anything else you've tried has helped? Well, as I said at the top, I'm a medical intuitive and an energy healing practitioner. And if you weren't at least a little open to the idea of energy healing, you probably wouldn't have kept watching past that opening line. So let's talk a bit about how energy healing can help. My videos on what is energy healing and what does an energy healer do are good resources if you're new to the idea and you want to find out more. And the super short version is that energy healing is a general term for a lot of different healing modalities that work with the energy systems of the body to unblock, stimulate, and promote the body's natural healing process. It's based on the idea that any illness or dysfunction in the body has underlying causes or imbalances. And when we can correct the imbalances, the body has a remarkable ability to heal itself. In my work with pregnant women and others dealing with insomnia, I find that the specific underlying imbalances are quite unique and individual. Quite often, I find there's an imbalance of the pineal gland, which is a gland that's up in your brain. It's kind of right in the middle, behind your forehead. And this gland does produce melatonin, which helps our bodies to shut down from the day and go to sleep. So it's not too surprising to find that happening when someone's having trouble sleeping, that something's off with their pineal gland. But the imbalances that are causing the issue with the pineal gland will vary from one person to another. In other words, we have imbalances that are causing other imbalances, sometimes other imbalances that are causing those, and you have to follow the trail down from one imbalance to the next to correct the whole problem and get the result you're looking for. So by far, the most common type of imbalance that causes the imbalance of the pineal gland, which is causing the insomnia, and in fact, the most common imbalance behind all health issues I've ever helped people with has been trapped, blocked emotional energy that's stuck in our bodies from the past. So these trapped emotions are affecting our organs and our glands and our nerves, all the tissues of the body at the cellular level. When we clear them, what happens is that unblocks our body's own powerful ability to heal. You can watch my video on what is emotional baggage to learn more about that. And I also really highly recommend the book, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. You'll see a link to that below in the notes. So using energy healing, we can not only identify these trapped emotions that are causing the imbalance of the pineal gland, or some other imbalance that's contributing to the insomnia. But once identified, they can be cleared from the body for good. And it really takes just a matter of seconds to do that. And when all the imbalances affecting your sleep are cleared, the body can heal and balance itself, and you get your sleep back. For example, I had a client recently dealing with pretty bad insomnia early in her pregnancy, when it tends to be much less common. The nausea was not helping the situation. So we dealt with the nausea as well as the insomnia. And interestingly, we found the underlying causes of both issues, the nausea and the insomnia, had to do with primarily trapped emotions stuck in her body from a lifetime of a very volatile, difficult, and painful relationship with her own mother. She had trapped emotions of abandonment and overwhelm, anxiety, helplessness, among others. And they were all to do with her relationship with her own mother. And these underlying trapped emotional energies were being driven up and activated for her because she was pregnant for the first time, and her concerns and insecurities about being a mother herself were ultimately the biggest underlying causes of this pregnancy nausea and insomnia. They were affecting her organs and her glands. They were causing them to not be functioning properly. And that's what, from an energy healing point of view, were the actual underlying causes of the physical symptoms that were making her pregnancy such an ordeal. Once we cleared away those trapped emotional energies, as well as a few other different kinds of imbalances, she was able to be in the present instead of stuck in that highly charged, emotional, dysfunctional past. And her organs and glands were able to heal and rebalance themselves to resume more normal function. And within a few days, the nausea was gone and her sleep was back to normal. It's fascinating, isn't it? I hope that was helpful. Insomnia is no fun at any time, especially during pregnancy. Let me know if you need any extra help, but first try all those remedies that I suggested above. Talk to you next time.